All right, so today it's my pleasure to have Mindy Berkson from NewBorn Advantage answer a few questions about her journey to this agency and what makes her agency different. And so the first question I have for you is, please tell us why you started your agency.
So I started my agency 16 years ago. I'd been in the industry for 25 years. And the reason for starting the agency was just to continue my passion in helping people achieve their pathways to parenthood.
So how did you get into the surrogacy world to begin with?
I started out as a venture capitalist many, many years ago. I had my daughter, who I'm fortunate enough to work with today.
Oh,
But I had her naturally. And then after that, it was secondary infertility with no explanation. And I spent 3.5 years trying to conceive my now twin boys.
oh, wow.
And it was during that period of time where I was like, there was this disconnect. You sit in a doctor's office and you don't even know what questions to ask. And you realize very quickly, the answers you get are only as good as the questions you ask. So that was 25 years ago. After the boys were born, I started working in the industry in several different capacities. And then in 2005, I opened NewBorn Advantage.
Amazing. So, okay, how long you've been, you mentioned that, so you've been, your agency has been around for 16 years, but you've been in the industry for 25.
Correct.
So for any potential surrogates out there, please provide a summary of the services and benefits that you offer.
So our services are very concierge from beginning through birth. And that applies to both the surrogates as well as the intended parents. So my matching process is I have many girls in my pool waiting to be matched, and my recruitment efforts never end. My goal is always to have between 15 and 25 candidates available at all times.
Wow.
The advantage and the distinction there is that I think it's important for intended parents to be able to compare and contrast several surrogate profiles versus being handed one profile at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's always been the premise of NewBorn Advantage and one of our strongest differentiators. The result of that is that our match times are very, very quick.
Okay, that's wonderful. That's great. Could you please provide an example of a time where there was an issue during a surrogacy journey and you or someone from your agency helped resolve it?
Well, because we're such a concierge service and always available to our surrogates and intended parents, you can imagine the breadth of problems that can or do occur. But honestly, the biggest disappointments or issues always are around miscarriage or a failed attempt. And we do the best we can to mitigate any issues that come up as they come up, resolve them with whoever's involved, be it hospital, doctor, surrogate, intended parents. But I think it's really our timeliness, our responsiveness, and our availability that distinguishes us in those situations.
That's great. And you've touched upon this a little bit, but what makes your agency unique? So what sets you apart from the other agencies out there?
So aside from our attentiveness and aside from our quick matching times, it's really our attention to detail from everything from the point of matching through birth.
And it also looks like you have a lot of surrogates available for matching, which actually seems different because from what I've heard, there's a shortage.
Yes,
and that's great. Yeah.
Since the inception of the company, we've just built really strong pipelines and we get continued referrals from previous surrogates. And I think this speaks to us is that we have so many of our surrogates who do it for us 2, 3, and 4 times.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's awesome. Well, great. That's awesome. Thank you so much for taking some time out to talk to me. Good luck.
Well, thank you for the invitation. I appreciated talking to you.